Sienna Miller allegedly has PTSD from her relationship with Diddy and is helping the feds to bring him down. She never confirmed her romantic relationship with him, but the blind items have alleged this for a long time.
Sienna Miller, Hollywood's soft-spoken boho baddie, may have just pulled a move so cold it left the internet clutching their pearls. Word on the boulevard is she allegedly spilled Diddy's most embarrassing bedroom secrets to the FBI. Yes, ma'am, the feds. And let's just say it's not looking like bad boy for life anymore. More like bad performance for life, allegedly, of course. We're not just talking about some regular old celebrity pillow talk. No, baby, we're talking erectile dysfunction level floppage, and a man so deep in delusion, he allegedly launched a full-blown smear campaign to hide his non-functioning weapon of mass disappointment. Now with the walls closing in on him, Sienna might be the unexpected final boss in this saga. Let's rewind. Diddy, in his usual I want what I can't have phase, was allegedly chasing Sienna for years. According to a blind item, one of the people helping the government build a case against the producer/rapper is someone who's been quietly waiting for payback. She never wanted to date him. She'd seen how he treated women in the industry and wanted no part of it. But one day she gave in. She was already A-list, firmly planted in the film world, and Diddy had nothing to offer or threaten her with. They went on a couple of dates. One night, they ended up in bed. Allegedly, he couldn't perform. Too many substances. Not enough. Well, stamina. The very next day, Diddy was running his mouth, telling anyone who would listen that she was boring in bed. Big mistake. So let's get this straight. He brings no heat to the situation, can't deliver a single lyric in the bedroom. No beat, no bass, no hook. Just limp regret and awkward silence. Then he has the audacity to trash talk her? Sir, be for real. You show up to the function with no gas in the tank and then get mad the engine didn't start? Allegedly, Diddy's little smear campaign caused Sienna some real trauma, PTSD level damage. But see, time reveals all, and the feds are now circling him over a long list of violations. That's when Sienna reportedly said bet. She grabbed her dignity, her receipts, and pulled her British composure into the spotlight. Choir girls don't bark, they bite. Quietly, efficiently. That smirk she's wearing these days, that's not just confidence, that's a warning shot. Because this time, Sienna didn't just vent to her group chat or leave a little blind item breadcrumb trail. According to whispers from the boulevard, she allegedly went to the feds with details, real details, about Diddy's dysfunction, his smear tactics, and what she'd heard from others in his inner circle. And that's where the game changes. Allegedly, Sienna is one of several women now quietly talking to investigators as the RICO-style investigation into Diddy heats up. But don't get it twisted. This isn't about petty revenge. This is chess. She waited, watched, survived the character, assassination, and when karma finally caught up with Diddy, she moved her piece. Let's sip on that contrast for a moment. Diddy went from mogul of the 2000s to can't perform and blames the woman in 2025. How do you throw wild freak-offs, fill rooms with models and liquor, but flop when it's a one-on-one situation with a sober, consenting woman? The math ain't Maything. And let's not forget, this is the same man who built a whole brand around hypersexuality, power, and dominance. Talking like he's God's gift to women while allegedly popping blue pills just to stay afloat? The image and the reality are fighting for their lives. Now the very women he tried to silence? They're singing like canaries. And the melody? It's giving deposition, again, allegedly. I ain't got court money, and this ain't a subpoena. But let's be honest, Diddy isn't the only man who's been protected by the culture of silence. Hollywood has run on illusion and image since the studio era, but what makes this especially juicy? Diddy thought he could do what he always does. Smear the woman, control the narrative, and dance away with a shiny new bad boy bop. But Sienna isn't just another chapter in that playbook. At her peak, she was a British A-lister with no interest in clout chasing, no ties to the music industry, and absolutely nothing to gain from cozying up to Diddy. She didn't need his money, his fame, or his platform to speak her truth. And allegedly, her tea didn't stop at one night in a hotel room. Sources say she also told the feds about Diddy's erratic sexual behavior, his inability to perform, his obsessive need for control, and, most importantly, how those things may be tied to his long-term substance abuse. Now you might be asking, okay, but what does this have to do with the FBI? Baby, everything. If certain behaviors were part of how he allegedly maintained control over women during these infamous freak-off parties and private gatherings, it points to a pattern. And when coercion, manipulation, and trafficking come into play, that's not just messy, that's federal. Sienna allegedly said just enough to make people start rereading old reports, cross-referencing witness accounts, and asking deeper questions. Because this isn't just about a bad night. This is about an alleged empire built on control, illusion, and excess. And when that illusion met a woman who couldn't be bought or bullied, he cracked. Now Sienna's not one to jump on IG Live crying or drop diss tracks full of diary entries. She's quiet, calculated, but don't sleep on the quiet girls. Allegedly, she took her time, gathered her thoughts, and waited for the storm to shift. And now she's letting the truth drip slow, like candle wax in a confession booth. Let's also not forget, Diddy's smear campaign did hurt her, back when Hollywood still let men like him shape the narrative. But that was then. This is the age of exposés, indictments, and receipts. People are finally listening to women, especially women who come with context, credibility, and nothing to gain. So where do we go from here, between blind items, legal, investigations, and mounting allegations? One thing is clear, the facade is cracking. The mogul narrative is giving misleading. The rumors? Sounding more like red flags than tabloid fluff. And let's be honest, we, the public, are complicit too. We let Diddy be the fantasy, the fixer, the untouchable. And now that the curtain's been pulled back, we've got to sit with what we enabled. Sienna, whether you believe every alleged detail or not, represents what happens when you underestimate someone who's quiet, smart, and playing the long game. Allegedly, she's not just airing secrets, she's correcting the record. And with Diddy's court case inching closer by the day, this might be the scandal that rewrites his legacy completely. But what do y'all think? Do you believe Sienna really told the feds everything? Is it fair to clown Diddy for his bedroom failures? Or should we stay focused on the bigger allegations? And why, when powerful men fall, do so many still rush to protect the illusion instead of listening to the women? Drop your thoughts in the comments.